Times can I say the word pores? Pores, 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 pores. We'll see how many more I say. Okay, this video is all about how to make your pores look smaller with your makeup. I'm using a cream foundation. I'm using Seint Beauty makeup that is my favorite, but we're gonna deal with pores. There is definitely things to be paying attention to when it comes to pores if you want your pores to look smaller. Let's get this pore video going. All right, I'm gonna be saying the word pores a million times more because this is honestly a question that I get all the time, and I'm so sorry that I have not filmed a tutorial about pores till now, but now we got it, so it's good. Now, what you're gonna want, I have a couple different brushes, but I also have a very damp sponge, which when I say very damp, I mean it's barely damp. So there's not, like you go and you know, wring it out, and then I put a towel around it or a paper towel around it, wring it out some more. And so I'm talking, it is barely wet. So that is a key component here. The next thing is gonna be our brush application. So I have a couple different brushes that I'm gonna be using. This one is if you want a heavier makeup look, which I feel like when I hear people talking about pores, they're going a little of a heavier handed makeup look. So that's when we see that. And I also have a couple different brushes that I can use here that I will be focusing on. Okay, so we have this brush. If you're familiar with Seint, if you're not, comment below if you've never heard of Seint. It's only in the US and Canada for now. But if you have not heard of Seint, it's a cream foundation where everything, like your whole makeup, is in a compact, including eyeshadows. Everything's there in the compact. But their brushes as well, they're out of this world. So this is actually their older style of brushes that I'm gonna be using. The other ones are even prettier than this. But these are the ones that I always apply with. So this one is called the Buff Brush. Everything is on an angle. It's more dense, and it is for those that want a heavier handed makeup application. This one is called the Blend Brush. This one is if you want a lighter makeup application. And this one is actually called the Powder Brush. This is amazing for applying powder, but I'm gonna show you key ways that you can use it today too. But again, the sponge and where we place the makeup is gonna be your best friend. So here are those key tips for you. I'm not gonna be applying my makeup in this tutorial. I'm just gonna be giving you very, very key tips. So key number one and tip number one is do not ever apply the makeup right here starting out. Okay, when you have a lot of makeup on your brush, when you apply to these areas and come on in, you are going to get a heavier handed of a makeup look. So instead, I'm gonna grab my makeup. Instead, we're going to start our makeup application. Let me go in with a brighter color so it shows up more. Instead, we're gonna start our makeup application right here. And we're going to start our makeup application right there. So I'm just going a little lighter than I need to, just so you know, just so that you can see these areas on purpose. So we're never gonna start our makeup application here. And the reason why we start in these two places is because there is that bone there that we can press into, and when we start to stipple, we can get that makeup and get a little more movement out. So what I would do then is I'm going to start in those two places and then take my makeup and stipple in. Now, if you notice, how many times have I applied in here yet? I have not. So we're coming under the eye, and then we're coming here, and then I'm gonna flip my brush around and stipple in the rest, or not touch anything in here until I know all that excess color is out of my brush. Then I'm gonna go into my pores. The trick is less is more. If you are applying makeup in this area and you have bigger pores, or in this area and you have bigger pores, or here, or possibly on your nose, the bigger your pores are and the more makeup you apply, the more they're gonna stand out. If ever in doubt of getting a little too much, you're gonna take your damp sponge, and you're not gonna do this a lot. I want you to just come in and press. Come in and press, come in and press. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna remove all of that excess there. It's okay to have a little bit of skin showing through there. It's okay, because as it even wears with having a cream makeup, it's gonna look beautiful. You're fine, I promise. The other thing that we wanna pay close attention to is, okay, I'm gonna go in with this color. So say I wanna brighten under my eyes with a concealer. That's what this color is for me. So people go in like this. and they come into this whole area and they come down low with it because they think that if they brighten up this whole area and then you go and put your blush on, that you're gonna get this more open look. Actually, the lighter color you go where your pores are, the more your pores are standing out and the more you're gonna hate it. So we're gonna remove all that. We're gonna get all of that light color out of those pores and we're gonna leave that alone. And we're also not gonna do so much of the bright under the eyes. So all the concealer look, the more you do under there, the more all of that is gonna stand out. I've got my camera guys here. They're listening to these makeup tips. Now you know, when you go and listen to your ladies talk about makeup, keep it all in there. They're shaking their head. Like I'm not even listening right now. I'm just videoing you. They're shaking their head. If only you could see the other side of the camera. Okay, so I'm gonna take my main foundation color and see when I put it there. I don't know if you can fully tell, but when I just noticed that when I placed it there, I just saw that so much more than on this other side. So look, let me place this one where I feel, yeah, so we're good. We're rolling out great. I don't have very much makeup here. Now, see the difference in pore size right there versus there? It's just because I have more makeup coming on right in here. So as soon as I lessen that, it's gonna look better. The other one, there's one more thing that I want to show you. So we just talked about getting too much makeup in that area, putting too bright of a color in that area. There's one more. If your skin is on the drier side and you have those pores, it's actually gonna show up a lot more too. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take the smallest bit of moisturizer, and after you apply your makeup, if you wanna try it this way, or you can do it before, you can just try it before or again after, you're gonna take that smallest amount and you're going to place it on that area and then take another finger and just press. And you're actually, what it's doing is it's kind of pulling that and blending it into the dryness with that dry skin. And the friction, the friction as it goes along here, it helps soften that look out. And it also adds a little bit of shine to that area because you have drier skin. So now when I look at my pores, yeah, see? My stomach's making noises, I'm sorry. You never know what you get out of this gut. If you don't know, I have stomach problems and we just roll with the punches with it. Okay, so now the pores aren't the focus and this beautiful light, we're letting the light hit our face. It looks super pretty right along there and we're set and good to go. So now my skin also looks more youthful, which also helps the pores not look so big. The more matte you make your makeup look, the more the pores are gonna stand out and it's gonna make a huge difference for you. So there are my tips with pores. If you, I don't know, have you heard any tips like that before? Or have you tried, or do you have something that I did not mention that you could give a tip for? Put it below, I'll investigate. But I feel like with pores, that is one thing that I notice all the time. Where we start, the placement of our makeup is huge and a game changer for you. So Jocelyn McClellan here, Instagram, jocelyn.mcclellan, you can find me. And I talk about makeup tips all the time. You can also find me for hair. We're on Facebook. On Tuesdays I do makeup, on Thursdays I do hair. And we're good to go. Fit Mission Makeup with Jocelyn McClellan on Facebook. I hope you have a great day. Make sure you're commenting, liking, subscribing, pushing that notification, and go come and say hi. Find me on the other channels too. Take care. We'll see you. Bye.